Hey guys, it's Crafty Music Lover here, and today I wanted to show you and kind of talk with you guys on my progress in the 2021 Good Habits Happy Planner. In my previous video, my January setup video, I will leave that down in the description box below if you haven't seen it already. I kind of talked to you guys about how I was going to be setting up the planner for the month of January and how I planned on using it, and my thoughts and ideas on kind of how I wanted it to go for the rest of the year. But in this video, we're kind of going to be redoing that thought process, and we're going to go through how things adapted and changed as I went through the month of January and kind of solidified my goals and how things adapted. So in that previous video, you guys might have seen that I took the dashboard here and the 2021, 2022 years at a glance, and I kind of separated them very carefully from each other to kind of give myself sort of a divider in between the beginning of the planner and the beginning of the month. And I wanted to give myself a separation for my goals, ideas, and just the master lists that I had. So like cleaning lists, planning, vision boards, yearly goals, things like that. I wanted to have that separated from the rest of my planner and not in the back of my planner where it was really hard for me to find them. So on the back side of this page is my 21 things to do in 2021. And this is not completely filled out because, as we know, things can change, priorities change, things can happen, and I wanted to make sure I left room for flexibility. So I decided to kind of make this as a bucket list, but a thing that was easy for me to attain in 1 year. And as the year progresses, I will add to it, evaluate, and adapt it as needed. I will be having a 21 things to do in 2021 and a vision board plan with me video up very soon, so be on the lookout for that, and you guys can kind of see my thought process on how I went through that. So this is my 1 year in photos spread. I will be doing a different plan with me video on this spread and then my wish list spread, so you guys can get an idea of how I'm kind of going to be using this specific section in my planner for my goals and just kind of things that I want to accomplish in 2021. You guys may have already seen my goals little half sheet here. This is just my main goals that I have for the year, and then on the back here I stamped my months, and then I added a little summary of kind of how my goals have been going so far so that it will be easy for me to kind of reflect on. Right here is my deep cleaning master list, and I deep clean about every 3 to 4 months, and so I just had this written down so it's easy for me to see what needs to get done and it's easy to take out and have at hand. Right here is my food inventory for my pantry, and I like to keep an inventory of my commonly used things for recipes and cooking. And then on the back side here is a list of all of my favorite meals and different meal ideas that I've been wanting to try, so that it will be easy for me to just take this out and keep with me when I am meal planning for the week. Right across from this page is my vision board, and like I said, I do have a video coming up on a plan with me so you guys can see my thought process on how this kind of turned out, but this is just what it looks like. And the reason why I wanted to have a vision board is because I wanted to have a place where I could see my goals visibly, and it would be a good motivation for me whenever I am feeling like I haven't made a lot of progress, that this is just one step to get to the big goal. As part of my goals, I am trying to build up my savings account, so in order to do that, I added a little year budget savings sticker right up here at the top, so it is able to kind of help me go back each month, and I can write in how much I was able to add into my savings account in order to hopefully reach my goal. And the reason why I put that here was because in this specific planner, it has a little section right under here. Instead of have a word of the year, I wanted to have a word of the month, and that way I can kind of drive my focus on my specific goals to kind of help me motivate myself. So each month has a goals-oriented dashboard so that you can focus on one specific thing and either choose to make it a habit or break it as a habit. And As I said in my January setup video, I had overthought this page so much and I had been so overwhelmed by it. But as I was going through the month of January and kind of going back to this dashboard every once in a while, and I finally settled on a definitive purpose for this specific dashboard for the month, which is to simply choose something I want to change in my life, whether it is relatable to my goals or not. And I want to, as the page specifically says, make that a habit or break it as a habit. And that changeable habit will be what I am using this section for down here on the weekly spreads, which is the weekly focus track your section section there. So for both the January dashboard and the Just One January little tip in here that I wrote down a little reflection and thoughts on kind of the overall process on how my goals went. And then for this Just One January, I absolutely loved the thought process on and idea behind it. And I found this idea from Overly Alana here on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen her video, you have to check out her channel because it is just so chock full of planner inspiration and it's just really, really good. She's got so much information out there, so I definitely recommend checking out her channel. But like I said, I loved the idea behind this and found it to be really, really useful and helpful for me to keep myself accountable for all of my main goals that I had set. And I really wanted to continue using this idea. I loved having a Just One January, so I decided to do a for February in order to kind of just help me remain consistent and on track with the main goals that I had set for myself. For the monthly spread, I mainly just use this for an overview, a general overview on important dates, holidays, events, and different things in my life so that I could have something that would be easy to flip back to and see at a glance. As we go through the weeks, you will see that I start to make more use of the space that I have and kind of start to develop my style. My style hasn't been completely developed yet. I'm still tweaking it and working on it, but I definitely like kind of how I've been using it so far. So as I said before, this area here is what I will be dedicating for my changeable habit from that monthly dashboard. So before, I would just pick one of my Just One January goals and just use that as a weekly focus rather than using it for the specific purpose that it's been used for, if that makes sense. So in the month of February, I have decided to have my changeable habit for the monthly dashboard right here. My changeable habit will be to not eat out for 30 days. So the entire month of February, have no fast food. And that's what I'm going to be using, the no fast food, to track my progress down here. And I will probably just put that in the weekly focus section to constantly remind me that that's what I'm focusing on. For the most part, my weekly spreads have just been checklists and to-dos, but as the month progressed and as my main goals started to solidify and come together a little bit more, I realized that I could use those spreads to help track my main goals as a whole. So for my mind and body goals, my main goals on this sheet, I decided to, I didn't really do this in this month's spreads, but I'm going to be doing that in February. I'm giving myself a little section where I can meal plan and write down my steps. As you can see, I kind of already started doing that in the later parts of the month of January. But I'm going to give myself a little section so I can write down my steps and write down my meal plan for the entire week, which helps me keep myself accountable for those specific goals each week. And then for my financial goals, I have a little section, this little dotted section here at the bottom, where I am using that to track my bills and spending. And then for my spiritual goals, my Just One January was to, for the month of January obviously, was to do 1 30-minute devotion a day. And in order to kind of make myself do that, I had a little Bible study sticker that I would put at the end of the week to remind myself that, hey, don't forget you need to do your 1 30-minute devotion, to kind of ease myself back into being more spiritually active. And even though it's not filled out here, I did actually do it. I don't like to leave boxes empty. I just, for some reason, did not fill that out, but I don't like leaving anything blank. I don't like leaving my stickers empty, so it kind of forces me to fill that out subconsciously. And then at the end of the week, I used this little check-in section right here to kind of help me reflect on how my goals had been going throughout the week and kind of what I needed to focus on more. So I hope I explained everything well. If you guys are still confused, if you still have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I would love to help you guys out and help anyone be able to meet their goals in a realistic and attainable way that's super easy to understand. Like I mentioned a few times in this video, my January setup is on my channel. I will leave it in the description box below. Check that out for more details and kind of to see how things have been going and how things have changed. Don't forget to check out Alana's channel as well. She has so much good content and you guys are really missing out if you don't check out her channel. I absolutely love her. I follow her and I love seeing how she decorates her planners. She's just got so much inspiration. Be on the lookout for my vision board and my 21 things in 2021 plan with me video, as well as my 1 year photos and wish list plan with me video. And then in a couple of days, I will be uploading a February 2021 setup where you can see everything that I just explained in action and you can understand and kind of see how things are going to be going through. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so that you won't miss any more crafty content just like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all real soon. Bye, guys.